Dear beloved Creator of all that is, where there are lies, let them be known to all. Please correct the record and help us to move in truth at all times. Where there is corruption, reveal and purify. Where there is deceit, help the deceived see not only the truth of the deception, but its cause. Let jealousy and things of the ego give way to cooperation and support of one another in all our dealings with one another. Let there be kindness and above all love. Were there love alone, all the above would be eradicated and we would be left with the truth of who we are, how to be, and why we're here. Let it be so, and so it is.
Thank you, Charlie.
My pleasure.
My name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide General Assembly. Uh, I got a couple of things I'd like to say. I wrote them down so I won't forget them, and I'll get it out in the first try, I hope. We must become more ruthless to the worthless or even criminal we encounter in or on our quest. Let me say that again. We must become more ruthless to the worthless or even criminals we encounter on our quest. Hello, Ray. Cancel your camera. That interprets into natural rights inherent in people. We declare that all men, when they form a social compact, are equal in right, and that all power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness, and they have at all times a right to alter, reform, or abolish the government in such manner as they may think proper. That's what we're doing. We informed the feds and the Salem Cape Brown oligarchy of this in June 2019, docket number 0407-1776A. They all know and acquiesce. We are changing them out one step at a time, lawfully, with attention to detail. We hope. One starts that journey by refusing to back down from any infringement upon one, my, yours, theirs, everyone's unalienable rights. Zero. Zip shit. Not one fucking inch. That is spelled PHUQUING. We must be tough and strong. They are killing us and incarcerating us. Torture and death are common. It is Georgia Guidestones in their attempt. It is MK Ultra mind control. If the victim is told they are the subject of the matrix of the industrial, military, judicial, legislative, executive, banker, bar, royalist, Nazi, communist, Muslim, Catholic, Jewish, Georgia Guidestone complex, it is shown to them, and they choose to believe the media and the lie. Stop working to wake up the sheep. Wake up the lions. The sheep may become the enemy. Cognitive dissonance is a disease. I had it until I was 75 in 2014. It's hard to cure. Could we all agree to a constitutional, natural law acknowledged good from evil as our law form? I force you, you force me, they force us, we force them, they force them. That's not our law form. Neither is he who can be deceived, let him. I digress a moment. People say the darndest things, and they do. We communicate, and that is wondrous. What is the name for the word that pronounces the same as another word, but is spelled the same, but has a different meaning? Back to, if one party forces another party, it is usually wrong and can slide into evil quickly. Yet when a mother forces a child not to make that mistake that can injure or kill them, that is a good side of force. Your rights end at my nose and my keyboard. When we return to de jure law as men and women and children, and act in the de facto when engaging in international interstate commerce, we will be in a constitutional Republican form of government. I want to say that again, make sure I got it said right. When we return to de jure law form as men, women, and children, and act in the de facto only when engaging in international or interstate commerce, we will be in a constitutional Republican form of government. When me and my ilk, Oregonians, not U.S. citizens, body, mind, spirit, flesh, blood, and soul, men, women, and children, not persons, except in the first person singular of people, we are not the all caps version of our name. What is the name for the word that sounds the same but is spelled different? True or false cognates? Such as an example, ONCE is once, one time only in English. ONCE in Spanish is 11. In English, we have two words, yes and if. In Spanish, they have only one word, sí. Somehow we must communicate in truth and somehow we must communicate in truth and seek remedy. This reality may not be capable of justice. However, we are guaranteed remedy against the state. Article 3. I'm sure we can figure this out. To defraud the general public to the magnitude that we have been defrauded is surely evil. The bad on such a grand scale is intolerable. Please contact and join us in our grand jury pool of Oregonians seeking a constitutional Republican form of government right now and from this day forward, not relinquishing 1 inch of our position from here on. Got another little thing to say about value. Value is in the eye of the beholder. There are people that know about gold. They know how much gold there is in the world. It's measured in ounces and has been for a long time. And they know every ship with treasure that has ever been lost and how much was in every big catch along the line. This statement following may be wrong, but it's close. Some banks as in a group of associates, agree to honor each other's paper on gold and do not test or do due diligence. I read all about that. There is more of gold accounted for on paper than has ever been mined. That means people own gold and have the document to prove it for more gold than has ever been mined. And they say gold has the value. Maybe. That Dulles guy, there were brothers. I forget which one it was. The one that worked in the CIA, the top spook. He said something like, "My job is complete when everything they know is a lie." They actually say things like that, and they slid by us. But it makes a lot of sense now. We have decided that going for the gold is less important than returning to a constitutional Republican form of government. That's just where we are. There have been and are several failures to get this job done. I want to show you a book. See this book? This is a hell of a book. This is volume 2. So there's another one just like this that I don't have. But this is volume 2. Look how much money these guys had at their disposal to do this kind of preparation for the work that they did. Incredible. And they failed. They fail all over the place. That was the Republic. They put that guy in jail. Shouldn't have happened. Should not have happened. Look at that production. That outfit, the Republic, was well financed and should have succeeded. None of them, Anna, Jim, Keith, Ammon, and so forth, have a solution. What they are doing has not worked. Maybe it's by design that it does not work. That's my thought. We must do it ourselves. No one can do it for us, and we can't do it alone. And I yield.
I think it was good.
Okay, good. Thank you, Brendan.
This is
I
Mark.
appreciate that.
Ron, I'll chime in for just a brief second here. If people want to know who's in charge, read Bo Greit's Born to Serve, his book. It will explain what happened to the Kennedys and Martin Luther King in a fairly great amount of detail. Think the CIA and a host of other criminal organizations, up to and including the drug cartels and the mafia and so on and so forth. The fact of the matter is that criminals within the military industrial complex, in conjunction with the CIA, decided that their paychecks were diminishing and that Kennedy, whatever his faults were, became a real president for the people, of the people, and by the people, and they had to lie about him, saying he was a threat to the security of the United States and the global community. So they eliminated Kennedy. And they didn't go away. They are still in operation to this day. Just look at where we are relative to who's in the White House, how they got there, how they are going to stay there against us and against good in favor of, like you stated, gold, money, greed, power, lust, and they apparently, when you have as much money as the controllers have, you have to get your kicks somehow, and by toying with the population, that makes them feel good, yet they are in fact delusional, and whatever disease they have, whatever mental disease they have, they will push that on us. If they themselves were abused, they in turn will abuse us. I yield.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Anybody else got anything they want to say?
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. And then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I fought. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, shot him 3 more times.